All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. Right now we want to take a look at numbers as a data type. So let's log into our browser, and right now I'm going to okay, let me clear my console. Okay, so what I will do is that numbers is just numbers, whether it is decimal or not decimal, it's still numbers. So let's take, for instance, remember the general formula for pi r square 2 pi r, like circumference and area of circle. Fine, you still remember, but let's just say let pi be equals to 3.142, and as a matter of fact it should be const because it's a constant variable. Const to be equals to 3.142, and radius is let. Radius can be radius can be like maybe 8. So if you have this kind of value, you can say console.log. You can say console.log. You can say console.log, and this console.log can have pi and 8 radius. Alright, if you have this, you can easily run it and it's going to display 8 and pi in there. So now what I want you to understand here is that you can perform some kind of operations. You can perform some kind of operations on numbers. So what are the operations? Let me comment it so that you see, such as you can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, you can divide, you can find what is called a modulus. We are going to take a look at all this, and at the same time you can do raised to power. Okay, so how can we add, minus, multiply, divide, and find the modulus? So let's say, for instance, you have another value. Let's say you want to find result. Let result be equals to 2 times, that will be star 2 times. These are just a way of understanding how number works. This is not a program, this is not a real application, just for you to understand how all this syntax works. So pi, just type py and r times radius. So when you have your radius, it's raised to power, so you have to make this one 2 times and put 2 in front of it. So by the time you do this, this is 2 pi r square. So let's say you want to find the result now. Alright, you can easily say console.log result. Okay, sorry, result. So by the time you do that, you should find your answer here. Alright, so that is just it. So we've used multiplication, we've used power. So what is modulus? Let's find the modulus of radius. Okay, if you want to find the modulus, let me comment this result so that I'll be able to use that result variable. Let result be equals to radius, which we declared before. When I say modulus by 3, so it's going to find the remainder. It's going to give us the value of the remainder. So that's what it's going to mean. So if you divide 8 into 3, so you have 6, and you are going to have 2 remaining. So the result we are going to have here is going to be 2. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, now see 2. So modulus is the remainder of after you've divided the value. Okay, so we've touched this, we've touched this, we've touched this. So let's say, for instance, we want to go for plus. You can just say radius radius, let's say result. Let result be equals to, we can say radius plus 2, radius plus 1, Okay, that is 9. So there's one thing I really want to show you. If you want to say radius minus 1, okay, let's just put minus. Say radius minus 1. That is 7. So that is just it. We've touched all the operations, right? So now what I want to show you again is that there are some shorthands I would normally use in operations which you have to master. And that thing is, I can decide to say result, let result to be equals to radius plus 1. Abi radius. Okay, let me say radius. Let me just say, we have radius before, so we are not going to use, let's say, radius. Radius is equals to radius plus 1. This is shorthand plus 1. So if you do this, it's more or less like you are saying you're adding 1 to the radius again. Sorry, there's something wrong somewhere else. So you can say radius because you are not logging something radius. Okay, this is 9. Okay, I want to comment this console.log so that it's not going to be appearing. So look at this. You have radius to be what? Plus 1. So you can decide not to use this and say radius to be equals to radius plus plus. You're still going to get the same results. Let's see what we're going to have. Okay, now see 8. Okay, radius plus plus. So by the time what I'm trying to say in excess is this: you can increase the number and also subtract the number. Okay. All right. So the thing is, let's do it this way. I think the 8 is not showing. Let's make sure that radius answer. Let's make sure this a new variable because sometimes JavaScript sees that radius plus plus as a new variable, as an old variable. So let's copy and paste it. You can see this is going to increase by 1. You can see, sorry, it's going to increase by 1. Sorry, radius answer is equals to radius plus plus. All right, it should increase by 1. Okay, let's say y. Probably let's just call it y. And let's say this is y. Okay, sorry, I don't know what exactly is going on. All right, let's debug. Let's say minus minus radius. This should increase by 1. You can see. So this radius has decreased by 1. So if you say plus plus, it's going to reduce by 1. It's going to increase to 9. Okay, so that is that. So another thing I would like to show you is that sometimes you can do some other manipulation by saying you can add or increase. Just understand the concept of increment and decrement. So that's, I don't want to spend much time on these. As we move on in the real world scenario, you will understand how to use the increment and decrement. Okay, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now. All you need to focus more attention on is the concept of what? The concept of operators in what? Numbers. We are going to do a lot of stuff as we move on, but just understand that numbers deals with more of what? Operations. Okay, good. So that's it. And what else? I think that is all for now. In the next tutorial, we're going to dive into array, and before that, I'll see you and have fun.